It was autumn time on the island of Stormy. This was during a seasonal change. Seasons go from hot to dry to wet to windy. During this period of time, engines and other vehicles have to take very cautious, considering during heavy rainfalls and thunderstorms, as autumn was known for its heavy rain and storms. A lot of passenger trains were delayed. Trees would often end up laying on the tracks, and engines and other vehicles would have to clear away this wreckage. This would often cause a lot of confusion and delay, often delaying runs for mail deliveries, etc. Mike, on the other hand, Mike hated autumn. He didn't understand why this weather had to be invented. It's not fair! Why must I do this work in this ridiculous weather? Brother! Well, it couldn't be that possibly the controllers put you on this job for a reason after that accident you had with George the Steamroller. Oh, keep your mouth shut, Bert! This doesn't evolve around you! Well, shocking, said Rex. Considering you got in a conflict with a steamroller. Ha 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 ha. Just then, the small controller came up. All right, you three. Passenger train runs are delayed for the day, but as trees have fallen on the line, there are leaves on the rails and stuff. Mike, I need you to help deliver equipment to the workmen and help get workmen to clear away wreckage on trees that fall on the line. What, me, sir? Can't Rex or Bert do it, or even one of the Diesels do it? Just do it, please. It won't take long. I know you don't like this weather, but it's the best I can in this situations like this. Mike fumed off in a huff. He hated doing this type of work, doing track maintenance work, especially during the autumn. Leaves would often fall on top of him and would get stuck to him like glue. He would hate it when leaves would fall on the tracks. He would hate it when whenever the times the men had to rake up the leaves, the leaves would blow into his face. Oh. At the crossing yards, Mike, along with Terence and Trevor, were helping clear away a branch. A branch was loaded onto Trevor's cart, and Trevor was taking his time to move the branch. Can't you move any faster, you stupid old traction engine? Well, excuse me, said Trevor. I'm going as fast as I can. We gotta be really cautious during this autumn weather. Pah! You're just slow! At last, Trevor moved the branch out of the way. The workmen aboard Mike's trucks, and they set off again to go for another wreckage. I really don't get that engine sometimes, said Trevor. I know what you mean, said Terence. He is a kind-hearted engine at heart. He does have a heart of gold. And he means well, but it's just one of those days where he's a bit moody at times. But eventually, all this bad temper does get his comings. And I'm sorry to say, Terence was right. That evening at 4, the workmen had gone home for the day, had got into their cars and drove off and head home for tea. Mike was looking forward to rest, but when his driver came off, Mike, we are needed again at the signal box to do a night shift duty. Heavy wind is coming. So I need you to help. We need to do our night shift duty. A night shift duty? Anything but that? He couldn't believe what he had just heard. Mike set off as the sun set down as it got darker. But that night, the wind and the rain had fallen. The wind was so heavy it felt like a hurricane. Leaves slipped onto the tracks, and trees hit electrical wire posts fell on the ground, snapping electrical wires in a fusion. A really big old tree was next to the rail where Mike was traveling through. The tree was old and had done its time. Unfortunately, the tree couldn't hang for much longer and let go. It landed straight onto the track where Mike was coming, unaware to Mike. Mike was puffing down the line. He had just finished doing an inspection of a night duty until he saw the tree up ahead. Oh shit! Driver! Stop! Stop! Mike's driver tried to put on the brakes, but it was too late. Mike's driver jumped cleared as Mike hit the branch. Ow! He groaned. It's no use, said the driver. We can't get you back on the tracks. Don't worry. We'll have to go get help. Until the morning. You're leaving me here on my own? Said Mike. In this weather? Mike did not like this one bit. It was freezing cold. The rain got heavier and heavier as the wind blew on top. Mike started to feel a bit fatigued and started going to sleep, but then suddenly he saw a shadowy figure in the distance. Who's there? The figure did not reply. It started slowly moving closer and closer. Get back! Get back! Stay away! Stay away! But the figure did not listen. It approached him closer and closer. Mike tried to say, no, please, no! The next morning came. Harold came with a search and crew rescue to help get the branch out of the way. And Mike was loaded onto a truck, was loaded onto a lorry, and Rex was sent to help out clear away the wreckage. Enjoyed having a nice shower at night time? Said Rex teased. Mike didn't say anything. He was too shaken up at what he had saw last night. Is everything okay? Said Rex. Mike didn't say anything. From what he had saw last night, he didn't want to say what it was, as he didn't think Rex would probably not take it very seriously. From that day on, Mike had been very silent. He did his work without fuss, and helped even in the nighttime. He still did night shifts, inspecting the tracks for trees or leaves that ran onto the trails. But ever since that night on, and whenever he was left in the siding to rest, he thought he could see that shadowy figure that he saw in the forest. Was his subconscious just playing mind games with him, or was there really something hiding in the forest? We don't know.